So now we in previous class we saw the grid computing and the cloud computing and its differences. So now let's talk about the another two important computing, that is distributed computing and parallel computing in this session. So I just briefed you guys about the distributed computing while telling you about the parallel and cloud computing. So now let's talk about the distributed computing in detail. A distributed system is a system whose components are located on different networked computers which communicate and coordinate their actions by passing messages to one or other. Distributed computing is a model in which components of a software systems are shared among multiple computers to improve the efficiency and performance. So just look at this diagram here. This is the example for distributed computing. So there's one central computer here to which all other computers are connected, right? So these fellow computers or neighbor computers do not have attachment with its neighbors computers, right? So they are not sharing any resources with the neighbor computers. They all are sharing their resources with the central computer. So they don't have attachment with its neighbors computers. Okay, so basically distributed computing, it will contain the multiple nodes that are physically separate but linked together using the network. They all are physically separated but they all are linked together using the network. Okay, so all nodes in the system communicate with each other and they handle the process as well. So you can see all the computers are only connected with the central computer through the network. They are not sharing any resources with the neighbors computers as well. So there are types of distributed computing systems. There are client server systems, there are peer-to-peer systems. Okay, so there are two types of distributed system, that is client server systems and peer-to-peer system. So in client server system, what happens in client server system, the client will send the request to the resource and the server provider will provide the resource. Okay, in client server system, the client will request for a resource. So whatever request he is requesting for the resource, the server provider will provide those resources. In peer-to-peer system, what happens? The system will contain the nodes that are having equal participants in the data sharing. So the peer-to-peer system is going to have these systems that are containing the nodes and that are also having the equal participation in the data sharing as well. So the advantages of distributed systems are all the nodes are connected to the central computer. Okay, so nodes can easily added to the distributed and nodes means all these computers. So all the computers can be easily added to the distributed system, whereas it will be easily deleted from the distributed system as well. So if there's a failure in one node, will not lead to the failure to the entire distributed system, because all the nodes or all the computers are not connected to each other. So if there is problem or if there is a failure in one computer, so it will not lead to the failure of entire distributed computer. These all are the advantages. Alright, so these all are the advantages. The disadvantage of distributed systems, it is difficult to provide the security in distributed systems because nodes all are connected to the central node. So it is quite difficult to provide the security to the distributed systems. So distributed computing works for scalability, high availability and multiple architecture. So it is always works for whenever there is a scalability, whenever there is a high availability, whenever there is a multiple architectures are involved, that time the distributed computing works. So it will not work for whenever there is a differences among the networks. So if there is a difference among the networks, that time it will not work. If there is varies in the response time, then it will not work. If there is a blind spots in the app performances, that time it will not work. Okay. So now let's talk about the parallel computing, how the parallel computing works. Parallel computing refers to the processes of breaking down the larger problems into smaller, independent, often similar parts that can be executed simultaneously by multiple processes, communicating via shared memory, the results of which are combined upon completion as part of an overall algorithm. Okay. So parallel computing is nothing but it is going to break up the task into smaller pieces and it is going to execute those pieces at the same time. So whenever you have given a large task to the parallel computing, first task the parallel computing is going to perform, it is going to break down or it is going to break up this large task or the task into smaller pieces. So while executing, all these pieces are executed simultaneously at the same time on their own processor or the computer. Okay. So all this parallel computing, the example for parallel computing can be your weather forecasting, movie special effects, or the desktop computer application. So don't get confused between parallel computing and distributed computing. In distributed computing, all the computers are connected to the central computer. So the neighbor computers will not have the connection with each other. In parallel computing, the task will be break down into a smaller problems or independent problems. All these smaller pieces are going to get executed simultaneously by the processor by communicating via the shared memory. Okay. So there are generally 4 types of parallel computing. There are 4 types of parallel computing. The first one is bit level parallelism, the instruction level parallelism, task parallelism, and superword level parallelism. So these are the 4 types of parallel computing. So just look at this diagram. So I have given problem to the parallel computing. Though this parallel computing, what it is doing, this is taking problem from the user and it is breaking down into the smaller instruction or smaller pieces or independent problems. So the whole problem is divided into a smaller instruction. All these smaller instruction is given to their CPU or processor. Okay. So this is all about your parallel computing and distributed computing. So now let's talk about the differences between the parallel computing and distributed computing. In parallel computing, it is going to have the shared memory system. Okay. So in parallel computing, it is going to have the shared memory system. In distributed computing, as name itself suggests, it is going to have the distributed memory system. So don't get confused between shared and distributed. In parallel computing, it is going to have the shared memory system. In distributed computing, it is going to have the distributed memory system. Parallel computing has multiprocessor, whereas distributed computing has multi-computers. Okay, multiprocessors share the single bus and the memory unit, whereas multi-computers, they are computers nodes connected via the network. Okay, so parallel computing has multiprocessor, distributed computing has the multi-computers. Okay, in parallel computing, symmetric multiprocessing (SMP). So symmetric multiprocessing is nothing but your SMP supports in the operating system. Here they have share many of challenges. Okay, so here they are only specific about the SMP. Here they have many challenges. So in parallel computing, it has the much simpler than distributed system. So it is compared to parallel computing, distributed is quite complicated, whereas parallel computing is similar. It has limited scalability. It has better scalability and cheaper as well. Distributed computing has a better scalability and it is cheap as well compared to the parallel computing. Distributed computing in a local network is also called cluster computing, while in a wide area network is referred as grid computing. So in local network, it is referred as cluster computing. Distributed computing in a local network, it is referred as cluster computing. Cluster computing is again a huge topic. We will see the cluster computing in our next class. So in local network, the distributed computing is referred as cluster computing. When it comes to the wide area network, the distributed computing is referred as grid computing. Okay, so this is all about your parallel computing and distributed computing. So don't get confused between the parallel computing and distributed computing. I will repeat it again so that you guys can understand it better. In distributed computing, we are going to have the distributed computers. That means we have the central computer here to which all other computers are connected. So the fellow computers are not going to share the resources, or they are not going to have any connection with the neighbor computer. They all can connect with only the central computer, and they can only communicate with the central computer as well. This is all about your distributed computing. Whereas in parallel computing, the task will be given to the parallel computing. So the parallel computing will break down this large task into the smaller tasks or independent tasks. So all these smaller pieces, they will be executed at a same time, or they are going to execute simultaneously by the processor. So you can see the diagram here. This is your problem. It is going to divide, or it's going to break down into a smaller sections of small pieces or instruction. All these instructions at a time are given to the CPU for the execution. So this is all about your parallel computing as well as distributed computing. In our next class, we will talk about clustering. What are the difference between the distributed and the clusters? So how the clusters are classified. In our next class, we will talk about clustering. Thank you.